on my third ship, I was stationed on a USS George H.W. Bush. And I got sent down to the mess decks, which is essentially like the kitchen cafeteria of the ship, right? They send people down there, they say, so that you can build camaraderie in this networking system that'll help further your Navy career on the ship. Like, you'll just know who people are because you work with them down in the mess decks. But essentially, it's just a form of slave labor. Like, they work the fuck out of you when you get down there. And when you think about it, it would take a gargantuan workforce to feed 5,000 people on the aircraft carrier. So it's much easier to tell each department on the ship, hey, give me 50 people, than, grab a whole bunch of cooks. It's just simpler to work people until they fucking find out they have blood in their urine than to just grab like 700 cooks and put them on the ship. So that's why they do that. I learned a lot when I was working in that fucking kitchen. I learned a shitload of stuff about people and about human nature. Firstly, you have to understand, like, I got sent to the mess decks twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was at E2, I got sent on the Dwight D. Eisenhower, and when I was at E5, I got sent on the George H.W. Bush. And I can tell you from experience, being an E5 in the mess deck sucks way worse than being an E2. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're an E2, you just work. That's it. You work, you come to work, you work, and then you go home. When you're E5, you got to inspect people. You in charge. You get yelled at when your people don't do right. Essentially, you're a fucking straw boss. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know what a straw boss is, that was the nigga that they put in charge of all the other niggas on the plantation. Like, they would give him a whip, and he got a horse, and he just like walked around. I was like, you better work. You better work powerful hard for boss. And that's essentially what fucking happened. Like, people hate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come to work and they're like, this motherfucking Uncle Tom ass nigga. Like, that's essentially your life. And it's the fucking worst. Because I'm not that type of person. And I felt I got shitted on because I worked in Intel. I was a cryptologist. You know what I'm saying? So why the fuck am I going back to the mess decks when I already got sent long ass time ago? But people fucking hated me in those mess decks, the E5 and the upper chain of command, because I ran my shift way differently than what they was used to. They was used to motherfuckers walking around like yelling, get the fucking work, you fucking pieces of shit, and everybody be like, oh shit, and go back to scrubbing shit. But that's not what I did. Like, I just chilled. You know what I'm saying? Like, I worked trash. Like, that was the crazy part. Like, I took the shittiest job in the mess that's trash, separating rubbish from paper, from metal and glass. And I sat back there with rubber gloves and I did it. You know what I'm saying? And I told my people, look, man, if you fucking do what you're supposed to, I'll never yell at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can't complain that you hate your job, because I'm the fucking E5 and I'm doing trash right now. So no matter how bad you think you got it, like, I'm sifting through trash right now. So I'm gonna need you to fucking do what you're supposed to do. And what was crazy to me, right, was that, like, I would sit back there and I would be separating trash, and the chain of command would come up to me and they'd be like, yo, why you ain't walking around? And I would tell them all the time, like, yo, everybody that works for me is over 18. Some of them like 25, 26, same age as me. I'm not about to sit here and babysit grown ass people. They know what they supposed to fucking do. And everybody enjoyed themselves on my shift. Like, yeah, it was shitty, but like, nobody really like overtly complained. Even the people who worked, I used to have people who volunteered to work trash with me, because we would just chill and separate trash and talk about random ass shit. Then that was crazy to them. Like, they expected people like just to hate it and bitch and complain and skate off. None of my people ever skated off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ran a tight shift. I ran the tightest shift. And it was crazy because I still got shitted on by the chain of command. I never got put up for like Sailor of the Month, or nobody ever told me good. I'll never forget this shit. One time, this chick, she was on the boat and she had just came out of boot camp, went to A school in Pensacola, and they sent her to the boat. She had been on the boat 2 days, first command, and they walked into the berthing where you sleep, and she was dead, like on the floor, and nobody knew why the fuck she died. She had just died, you know what I'm saying? And they came up to me and they're like, Willis, we need you to make room, grab 4 people, make room down in the freezer so we can put this dead body in the freezer till we get somewhere where we can take her off. I was like, y'all for real? They're like, yeah, shut the fuck up, make it happen. Grab 4 people. I didn't tell nobody on my shift, you know what I'm saying? Like, I woke up at, oh my God, 30, literally like 2:30 in the morning. I walked down to the freezer, and I spent like the next 3 hours like moving 40-pound boxes of pork loins by myself to make room for this dead body. And I did it. I didn't tell nobody. Went to work the next day, worked my whole shift, and got off, and that was the end of it. You know what I'm saying? And nobody told me thank you. So I'm sitting there in the back like I'm tired as a motherfucker, right? Because I just spent like 3 or 4 hours like moving 40-pound boxes of pork loins. And this guy who worked for me named Moyer, he was trying to joke around with me, and I was not feeling that shit that day. He's like, yo, you straight? And I was just like, yeah, I'm good. But what pissed me off was like nobody in the chain of command said, hey, thanks for getting that shit done, or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And a couple weeks later, like I ended up finishing my tour down in the messdecks, and I got sent back to my regular job in the Navy. And I didn't get no flag LOC, I didn't get no NAM, no COM, no award, nothing for essentially running like this super tight shift in the messdecks. And I learned 2 very valuable lessons from that shit. And I have carried those 2 lessons from that whole experience with me my entire fucking life. And I'm gonna tell you these 2 lessons. Number 1, no matter how exceptional you are at executing a task given to you, no matter how superlative or distinguished or exemplary you are, some people are just gonna shit on you because they don't want to recognize your talent. So you can't do shit for other folks. You have to do shit for you. You know what I'm saying? The day you start living for other motherfuckers is the day you stop living for yourself. Some people are just fucking haters, you know what I'm saying? They're just not gonna get it. They're not gonna appreciate what it is that you bring to the table. They're just gonna expect. And when you execute in a fucking amazing fashion, they're still not gonna give you the recognition. So you just have to do what the fuck you wanna do, how you do it, and you just have to go on. Number two, that chick definitely didn't expect to die on that boat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure she had like all of these plans that she had in her head that she had discussed with her family when she got back, and she totally didn't get to bring those to fruition. And that taught me no matter how well you plan for some shit, no matter how you expect it to go, sometimes it just won't. And that's the way of the world. I think a lot of people, they come up with these grandiose ideas, and then they be so butthurt that this shit don't work out. But you really do just got to move on. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the biggest lessons I gained from that, is no matter how hard you plan for some shit, sometimes it just don't work out. What's the old adage? Man plans and God laughs. It just be like that sometimes. That's all I got.